Hi all, today I'm going to show you in MS Excel how you could populate the data using pivot tables. So normally Excel will have multiple options in order to show the data in the form of many type of graphs. It might be starting with some kind of bar charts, line charts, pie charts and so on. But the best thing to do is using the pivot chart. And many of you will feel like pivot is something quite complex, but it is not actually. So it's quite easy and it's the best way to do any kind of complex data that you have it. So I have some bunch of data using which I'm just going to use the pivot table in order to show you how you could form some best charts, which is a meaningful charts and which can be done in a very easy way. So to start off with, I have a bunch of data here, starting from A1 cell till the end here in G column. So the simplest way to start off with, press Ctrl T. When you press the Ctrl T, it will automatically select the table by itself. You just need to click OK. When you click OK, it forms a table based on the data that you have in Excel. Now, the data is selected. You just need to go into the Insert option and then click onto the pivot table. So when you click again the pivot table, it will automatically select the data range. You just need to click OK so that it will create a pivot table field Excel sheet. I mean, this is a separate worksheet, it will be created automatically. And now here you can just drag and drop some of the required fields for which you wanted to plot it in the form of a graph. So it's quite easy. What I'm going to do is I have some of the data here, something like I have a region column, I have a representative column, I have items, I have units, and I have per unit cost, and I have the total cost of these units. So what I just wanted to know is I wanted to plot something like I wanted the representatives in a separate uh, column, and I wanted to have some total amounts of units that they have sold. So all I have to do is I just need to come over here. I just need to drag and drop the rows column so that I get all the representatives in this column A, and I just wanted to have the total unit cost, which I wanted to have it in the form of values. So when I drag and drop into the sum values, if you see the total data that I have it here, it have many representatives who have the same similar items here. So what this option does is sum like. It just sums all the values and then put it together here. And okay, fine. Now you have the data. All I just need to do is I just wanted to sort it out like so. Now it looks like the values are getting varied. So I wanted to sort it down to have it in a best way. For that, I would select these columns and I right click sort. Okay, no, I'm not getting it here. I would better go with some graphs. Design. Sorry. Go to analyze. Then click onto the pivot chart. When you click onto the pivot chart, I wanted to show it in the form of a bar graph here. And if you select OK, it just creates a pie chart, okay, with the data here. I don't want it to have these data like this. It doesn't give the actual picture. So first and foremost, I wanted to sort it down. So I go over here and I sort it down based on the larger values to the smaller values. When I do so, the values, if you could see at the column B, it starts with the larger value and then ends up with the lower value. So I know that which representative have actually performed good in selling the units and which representative have struggled to get going with the units sold. And I wanted to do the same kind of representation in the chart as well. And so I just need to go over here, go to the format data, and then I go to the vertical. Yeah, you see here. Here you need to select categories in the reverse order. When you do so, it actually represents the same format what it is shown in the column A and B. And yeah, it's done now. But again, I do not want to have it in this way because it doesn't represent what is the actual value of Kibble has sold and how much Andrews has sold. Only if I point it out to the corresponding bar, I will get the values, but I do not need that way. So I wanted to remove these columns. I don't need that. I delete it, and I delete this legend column, and also I don't need this grid lines, so I delete that one as well. And I right click onto it, and then I go and click onto the add data labels. Now I get the values, actual values. I just expand it out like this, and yeah, and then I give a proper title to it, like total units sold. And again, this gives a clear picture, but again, what is the unit that it represents, whether it represents the in dollars or rupees. So I would go over here, I right click onto it, I go to the value field settings, and I go to the number format here, and then I go into the currency. I don't need the decimal in places, and I would keep the symbol as rupees. I click OK. Okay, now now I know that Kibble has sold in total of around 3,109 rupees, and Parent has sold around 3,102, and the least is Andrews, who has sold around 438 rupees. So this gives a clear picture. That's quite easy that you get the grand total, and everything is done using the pivot by automatic calculation. You don't need to do it manually, and that's the best thing that you could do it. And for me, in order to make this graph in a meaningful way, it doesn't take much time for me. Hope so. This video is helpful for you. If it's so, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to get more number of videos to see. Thank you.